You're watching CSTV, the voice of American business. This is American Spotlight. American Spotlight is a consortium of television programs saluting the business of American business. American Spotlight showcases the inner workings of successful and diligent American enterprise and its effect on the quality of American life. This program highlights those people who make American business what it is today. From the business centers of the USA, this is American Spotlight. Independent boarding schools have often been typecast as havens reserved for children of the upper class or for troubled kids in need of a structured environment away from home. Since the 1970s, however, independent boarding schools have been forced to break out of their molds. Challenging these institutions like never before are a number of factors, including a decline of more than 5 million teenagers, dramatic shifts in demographics, annual increases in tuition and fees that exceed inflation, and an eroding confidence in both public and private educational institutions. Despite the situation, one institution that has beaten the odds is Wayland Academy of Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, one of America's leading independent boarding schools. For a discussion on the issues later in our program, we'll go on location to meet the president of Wayland Academy, Dr. William G. Ellis, today's guest on American Spotlight. First, though, let's take a look at Wayland Academy. Established in 1855, Wayland is a coeducational college preparatory school enrolling students in grades 9 through 12. The first leaders of Wayland were clergy, people of strong convictions, who assumed direction of the school as part of their ministry. Today, the academy is led by educators, but as correspondent Van King discovered, a concern for the spiritual life remains as a link to the past.
When established in 1855, Wayland Academy was called Wayland University, named for Dr. Francis Wayland, a president of Brown University. For some time, Wayland offered a college program, but in 1951, the decision was made to concentrate solely on college preparation. The Academy has always been committed to the development of a personal moral ethic, with an emphasis on spiritual and physical growth. An ambitious goal that remains part of Wayland's mission even today is to develop individuals who will assume active, fulfilling roles in society beyond Wayland. Among other goals of the current board of directors and administration at Wayland is to upgrade the campus and quality of instruction. Despite the financial restraints currently felt by all educational institutions, Wayland has been able to spend $6 million in recent years on new construction and upgrades. And what's more amazing is that Wayland has been able to do so and remain debt-free. This 55-acre campus is filled with reminders of its rich history. The pillars of Wayland Hall, the Academy's first and oldest building, represent knowledge, character, health, and service. Modern buildings include Discovery Hall, named by the National Science Foundation as one of the country's foremost secondary school science facilities. In addition to a field house, the Academy has 11 tennis courts, 25 acres of playing fields, an indoor swimming pool, and a multi-purpose gym. The number of buildings on campus has grown to 25, with the recent completion of 2 new structures. The Academic Center houses 15 classrooms and 21 faculty offices for private tutoring and counseling. The Swan Library has 21,000 volumes, more than that of many small colleges. The library includes electronic research aids, a computer center, and a comfortable atmosphere for study.
Because Australia and Antarctica.
Careful.
Continents.
Continents, very good. Plural subject, continents. What do you call?
For 9 months of the year, Wayland is home to 275 students. They come from California, Maine, and points in between. Some 60 students are international and come to Wayland from nearly every continent. To describe the student body is the Academy's Dean of Admissions, Lynn Shabesta.
Well, in terms of diversity, we're looking at ethnic, cultural, and racial diversity. We have American students who are minority students, and we have students from outside of the United States. So I think it gives them an appreciation for the kinds of backgrounds that people have and the kinds of different people that they're going to be dealing with later in life.
What do the students have in common when they come here?
Well, primarily one thing, and that is they're all coming here for preparation for college. 100% of our students will go on to college after they graduate from Wayland Academy, and that's the one common link that they have. Several other things that they do look for at Wayland are an opportunity to develop leadership skills and be involved at a more personal level when they are dealing with competing against, say, 250 other students as opposed to competing against 3,000 other students.
Parents' Weekend is one of the biggest events on campus. It also serves as one of the many times during the school year when both parent and student can evaluate the Wayland experience.
I think it's great because Wayland is so diverse. I have friends from Germany, Sweden, China, Japan, just everywhere. And I think that's a rare opportunity for kids our age.
And I know my son, he's on the phone talking to Hong Kong or Tehran at any given time, and it's just funny. They are citizens of the world when they leave here, and I feel very good about that.
I like the way that your teachers will get to know you and be your friend, as well as, you know, your teacher, and they push you. You know, they really want you to do your best and give you challenges.
Their classrooms are about 10 or 12 kids, so those kids have to be prepared, otherwise they know that they're going to be called on and they better have their assignments completed.
There's no place to hide. Everybody works every day in class.
We just feel very secure with it in knowing that that they have students and faculty here who care about each other, and we've experienced that and find that it's true.
All Wayland graduates go on to college, so during their junior year, students begin working with the Academy's college counselor to find the university or college that's right for them. In addition, college representatives from coast to coast visit Wayland to recruit students. Assistant Director of Admissions from Lawrence University is Lori Cruz.
Wayland students seem to be very well prepared for the kind of education that we offer at Lawrence. They're used to small classes, they're used to a solid academic curriculum. They seem to have the right preparation to succeed at Lawrence.
Yale University is represented by Richard Wolf.
Yale is always looking for strong schools with strong students, and Wayland Academy has had several applicants for many years each year, and we try to find the very best students at Wayland and any other school that is interested.
Scott Walters represents Boston University.
BU recruits here because Wayland is known for a school that has a diverse population. It's known for high academic standards. It's a school that has potential of young adults and adults going on to good schools and going on also to good careers and good life patterns.
In addition to college counseling, Wayland assigns a mentor to each student. The mentor is a faculty member who helps each student plan his or her schedule and serves as an advisor on academic, personal, and other concerns. We'll learn more about the mentor program in our next report. First, though, we go on location to Beaver Dam, Wisconsin to meet our guest with correspondent Van King.
Thank you. Again, we'd like to welcome our guest from Wayland, the Academy's president, Dr. William G. Ellis. Dr. Ellis, earlier we mentioned that independent boarding schools are being challenged like never before. What conditions have brought on this situation?
Well, I think we certainly have the demographic parameter where we see the number of teenagers in the population is declining quite rapidly, and there simply are not enough students to go around. I think we also see that some people, some families are losing confidence in our educational system and are trying to decide, quite frankly, if they should invest in non-public education or if they should expend that money in some other way. I think we're also dealing with a greater recognized differences in student abilities, in student characteristics. We have a body of knowledge which is expanding rapidly, and students at the secondary level are expected to know much more than they were expected to know 20 or 30 years ago. So I think all of those things are impacting either on the supply side or certainly on the cost side of independent education.
In what ways are the types of students who enroll in independent boarding schools changing from those of the past?
Well, there's a perception that in the past, independent boarding schools were places for students from wealthy families. That has not been historically factual, but nonetheless that's been the perception. Independent schools across the country have provided significant amounts of financial aid for their students, and minority students, students of different ethnic backgrounds are becoming more and more common on campuses across the country. In our own situation, our financial aid has approached $600,000 a year, and Wayland Academy is approximately has an enrollment of approximately 10% black students and almost 30% students of color.
Why enroll in an independent boarding school?
I think some students are looking for an institution that is more focused. I think public schools have the mission of serving a variety of publics, students who are interested in college preparation, students who are interested in vocational or technical education. In independent boarding schools, we're able to concentrate on one thing, college admission. And so by focusing on that, I think we're much more directed, and I think we deal with a student body that is moving in the same direction.
Providing an extensive range of academic and extracurricular activities must be very costly. Does the price tag for an education at Wayland reflect that cost?
Well, the cost is reflected in what you call the price tag, but quite frankly, this year our parents are paying $15,900, at least those families that are not on scholarship or financial aid. But our actual cost is in excess of $20,000 per student. So through endowment income and gift income and summer program revenue, we're able to reduce the actual cost to the parent. Independent schools, because of their very small classes, they're very well qualified and quite frankly fairly well compensated faculty, it's a relatively expensive process to engage in.
Is anything being done to make this educational opportunity more accessible, more affordable to more students?
I think as an industry, the independent boarding schools have done a good job recently of making people aware of what independent boarding schools have to offer. And it's certainly a very broad range of choices. I think the second thing is that independent boarding schools have been very aggressive about increasing financial aid. At the Academy, we've increased it 500 or 600% in the last 10 years. And so what we really are able to do is say to a person, if you apply to the Academy, we'll find the money to make it affordable for you. So we really have need-blind financial aid. If you're admitted, we'll find a way to make sure that you can be here.
Thanks, Dr. Ellis. We'll talk again later. Now we turn our attention to campus life at Wayland.
The singular focus for the faculty and administration at Wayland Academy is to prepare students for college entrance. That focus, however, is not limited to the classroom. Students are also encouraged to build interpersonal and leadership skills. To that end, Wayland offers dozens of activities, including athletics, student government, and the thespian troupe, to name a few. The idea is to inspire students to contribute to a group or to assume a leadership position. Because no two students are exactly alike, Wayland devotes special attention to helping each individual reach his or her full potential.
A school's curriculum is typically defined by the scope of courses that are offered. At Wayland Academy, however, the curriculum refers to the total learning experiences available to all students, meaning the intellectual, cultural, spiritual, and both on and off campus activities. To help each student maximize his or her potential, Wayland offers 3 levels of instruction. To explain is Wayland's academic dean, Joe Leonards.
We offer classes at the college prep level, which are courses designed for those students who are college bound. At the upper level, we offer courses at the honors level for students who wish to be more challenged, and beyond that, if students wish to pursue further study in an area, we offer 9 advanced placement classes. Students are placed through their academic history that they bring to us. Testing is done on campus, and also faculty recommendations. The graduation requirements for the Academy are 16 academic credits, 4 credits in English, 3 credits in math, 2 in science, 2 in social studies, and 2 years of consecutive language. In addition, we require students to have a half credit of fine arts